I ended this book right now. I need to calm down right now because it is so sad story about Charlotte, about things that we have in our life, about circle of life, about kindness, about being a good friend. It is a nice book, guys. And now, guys, I became more calm. I recovered myself, and today I've ended this book reading of this Charlotte's Web. It is so interesting book about this piggy, this oinkable thing. Yes, it is so nice. Also, this book about Charlotte. This is our Spider-Man on this book. Yes, Charlotte looks like this. It is girl, nice, super, and so hairy. Not so hairy like this virgin 80 years old girl, but good enough to Jesus. What the hell am I saying? Okay, and also we have this goose with IQ of Forrest Gump. He's so dumb and so like I will repeat phrases 3 times in a row. Also, we have this small sheep. She's so good, she's nice, and she's like, oh, I know wise examples how to share kindness to our world. And firstly, before we will open this book, I want to say this book is good. We have 3 lessons of this book, and I will tell it today. I will share it to you today because I prepared, and I have made some list of things that it is my description of what I prepared to talk about. Yes, and it is my thoughts because I have read it and I was crying like a baby, and it was good. By the way, we found my expectations before reading this book. I thought that this small piggy will be murdered by X firstly. Even before reading, even before first chapter. In first chapter you can see this man with axe who want to kill everybody. It is hatchet time. Let's do some murdering. It will be like one murder, one next second, and another. It is so murdery. I thought that it will be, but on the first chapter I understood that this girl will save everybody's life. It will be like she's Superman, and it is Spider-Man, it is Captain of America, almost in piggy oinkable condition. And I want to say that inside of this book I was reading 100 pages and they were boring. I want to say that it was not super like, oh Jesus, I will read it all the time and something else, but it was not super interesting. It is good, yes, I mean interesting. I thought that Charlotte's Web, my thoughts were before. I thought that Charlotte's Web will be super nice, interesting. I will read every page with so breathtaking feeling, but no. It was like a normal, it was not like a Roald Dahl with some chaos around us. It was like a real life, yes, girl speaking with animals, animals speaking with girl. It is like a civilization, normal, everybody is so nice and crazy. And everybody speaks with animal. Do you speak with animal? Please let me know in the comment section. It is really interesting. And do animals speak with you? Guys, let me know, please. It will be really nice. What's the speak oinkable oinked to you? What do they oink? Yes, and we have also in this book one more character. It is first Avery. Avery. It is a boy from one family. It is like a almost friend of this girl. This Avery, it is like a clown, like me maybe in some moments. It is a clown of doing some shit, like standing on his head and doing some of the how to say it. It is when you are when you do charades, yes, when you do like a miming. And he did it well. He's nice clown ever. It is the greatest clown of this book. And also we have this Fern. Fern, it is this red-haired girl. she is good, she is nice, she looks pretty, and even maybe what's the date when this book we wrote? Maybe she's dead right now too, because it is Circle of Life, and she's maybe not. I hope that she's alive. And then we have one more character. It is Avery. Yes, it is a man, boy. This fern is so speakable with different types of animals. It is like a Harry Potter, but with not snake speaking. It was all family of animal speaking girl. And also we had one more creature. It is a rat. Rat, do you know rat? It is so like a noisy, muddy, and so with not good appearance, always in a bad mood, like somebody did a poo inside of his trough, yes, trough of food, and after that farted inside of his face, and did it maybe every day farting in this whiskey's nose of this rat. And this rat is not good enough, but his name is Templeton. Templeton, from some languages of my creation, means temple of nice stone inside of him, yes. And nice stone means that in the bad situation this rat will help and will save your life, yes. And this Templeton is good enough person in the final, yes, in the final chapters. It is spoilers. And now, guys, if you want some spoilers, please, if you don't want spoilers, stop this video, shut this video, and return after. Right now we will talk about our plot, our sujet. In Russian language, sujet means like a flowing of our speech, of our narration. Inside of this book, you can find storytelling about life in a barn. Raise this barn, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can raise this barn, 1, 2, 3, 4. And inside of it, barn, we have creatures, animals, yes, and this girl who is so crazy enough to speak with them. It is good. And after these situations, when one day of their routine, one man appeared and said, it was like an owner of this barn. This owner said, "Hey, man, you will be barbecued. You will be grilled. You will be so tasty. Your ass will be so nice, as my dear Wilbur. Wilbur is the name of this pig. And you will be grilled on the Christmas. You will be like Christmas ham. You will be so tasty. My stomach, my belly so feeling of trembling. And I want to eat you now, but I will wait till Christmas." And it was summertime. Summertime sadness appeared on the face of this man, and it was, oh, summertime sadness, summertime. And after that, we had one interesting exploration miracle that appeared. One man inside of this, it was like a mission incompleted. Mission completed, and the dun, appeared to one man or girl. She's name is Charlotte. Charlotte, it is pie, apple pie in Russian language, Charlotka. We have name of it, but it was not like an apple pie. It was specific creature called Spider. Spider-Man appeared. And in this very moment, this spider said to Piggy, "Hey Piggy, do you want to leave? Pay money. And pay money and you will be saved. You should do fractioning of your food to me, like, hey, please give me this. No, she didn't say it. She said, hey, I will help you. You will be no in debt. That only what you need to do it is be cool and be in a good mood, and please don't disturb me when I do my things. And after that, Spider was thinking by hanging on like upside down, and this spider thought, and one revelation appeared. This idea lamp inside of it. It is like this way. Wow! It is appeared idea, and after this spider decided to write how to say it. It is weddle on W. This word starts. It is weave a web. Weave a web with letters, like this pig is some pig. I didn't understand this phrase, by the way. Some pig, what does it mean? Some pig, it is like somebody once told me, and someone, it is I don't understand. I didn't understand, and I'm not understanding right now. What does it mean, some pig? Please let me know. It is like a good pig or what? It is a normal or how to say, anomaly pig or what? And after that, this pig started to be famous, so fancy look with with chains, like dollars here, and also he was like singing songs, and he was driving on Mercedes of Piggy Creations, and he was eating 4 times a day, not 3 times a day, and this piggy started to be really nice and so super fancy, schmancy. But it was not enough. People arrived, people gathered, people were trying to take an autograph from this person, but no, Piggy was so humble enough, and after that, Charlotte decided to do some specific phrases more. One more phrase, after one more phrase on the weaving web. Yes, and we have this super story about weaving. And she did terrific pig. She did also radiant pig. Radiant means that this pig is radioactive, like it is Hiroshima and Nagasaki, so scary thing, and so like a bombing maybe was inside of this barn, and it was storytelling. And after that, these people decided. These owners of this, how to say it, owners of this whole animal creations decided, hey man, need to do something with this pig, because if it is really radiant, then it will be plague, like from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and need to go to fair and to try to sell this pig to someone else, or maybe to give money from people only to be I don't know how to say. Okay, I made a story inside of my mind about it. Normal story is this, that this pig was good enough, and people gathered around, and they decided to go to fair of New Moon. Yes, and they decided to go to fair. On fair it is place with amusement parks, with stands, and it is like a stands of or desks of PlayStation. You can play them, you can play Xbox here and something else, and you can also see some medieval places like burning witches, or maybe it will be like a specific nights with hey guys. But it was like a mixing of these things, like amusement park plus witching, burning, plus specific place to feel relaxed. Yes, and they went to this place, and one of the stands on this amusement park was this pig house. Pig house means that they had stand with pigs, yes, and there were 2 pigs. First pig is our Wilbur, yes, and second pig is Uncle Tom pig. It means that he was so not super nice, and he was like a racist. He was speaking not really with nice tongue, and he was this pig was like a prisoner 2 years on a prison, and he was so scary, and like Jesus Christ, where is your tattoos, and you live not with the right morals, and yes, you are maroon, by the way, yes, my man. And I want to say that it is not super nice nice neighbor next door was on near this Wilbur. And on ferry amusement park, this Wilbur was living, and on this amusement park was a competition about their future life. Like if you will win this prize, you will go to maybe to Bali, to Indonesian cities, like maybe you will be on Hawaii or something else, and you will won one first place prize. But no, they didn't win something good. Our family, and family I mean this Mr. and Mrs. Zuckermans, yes, and they didn't win something, and the main prize was on this Uncle Tom pig. Uncle Tom pig was so enormous that everybody said about him that it's so enormous as fuck. And all tales were sharing through woods, through this amusement witches, and everybody talked about it. But next thing that appeared in our life, it is our Charlotte, and also this Temple Tom appeared and at our amusement park. And on amusement park they decided to create specific web, and on this web will be super nice how to say it, do you know, super nice letters will talk, will say phrase humble. It is like a Kendrick song, like a hey bitch, yo, hop lil bitch, be humble, sit down, be humble, sit down. You can Google this song, by the way. Be humble, sit down. Yes, this song type and humble. They decided to write this to write this letter, and right now this template meant that this pig is humble and so shineable and so praying to God. Yes, be humble. And after this piggy started to be a queen on this competition, and all loudspeakers announced this pig is normal pig, is a good pig, is amazing pig. And after that, the super prize of attention of people, of gathering people around this prize started to be this pig started to own this prize. And everybody who was listening a song of Freddie Mercury about "We Are the Champions." Everybody were listening. Oh yes, nice, was listening. This means "We are the champions, my friends." And on this moment, this pig started to be, yes, I am a winner. I will not be a ham on the Christmas night. I am a good man now. But one interesting culmination of the story, and this moment of the story when I started to cry as possible, because I started to do crying before on the preparing to go to this amusement park, but on amusement park I realized that that's all. Our Spider-Man started to feel not really nice. And she started to feel, Jesus Christ, I so soon will die. And she started to feel that she has only their child, her children on her life. And she said to Wilbur, "Wilbur, you should save life of my children if you can." And Wilbur said, I will. Yes, I will be with you, I will be with you. And last words of our queen was like, "Hey Wilbur, you're a nice pig, you are humble, and You are a nice friend, and please be kind, share kindness to this world. And after that, they did funerals of this spider. Spider was funeraled, and this rat saved life of this cocoon. She like ridded this cocoon on her spine, on his spine. A rat saved lives of our cocoon of spiders. 541 spiders, brand new. And then everybody was safe and sound, everybody was good, and they returned to the main house, main barn, and on barn they continued to live. This story ended on the phrase that our life is kind of circle, that in our life we have changing, like one generation after one more, and all what we can do with our time, it is share kindness to people and always be a good friend to all people who around you, even if it is a rat that is no good enough. But even this, not really good, even bad, a rat can save somebody's life, even 541 lives in final. And it is so kind story, and I really like it so much. Yes, it is, what have I spoken right now? It is about that, what I have created inside of my mind, that this story. A real story, it is not like this way, but I tried to do this more funnier. Maybe it was, maybe not, let me know. And also, last chapter of it said this phrase: Wilbur never forgot Charlotte. Also, he loved her children and grandchildren dearly. None of the new spiders ever quite took her place in his heart. She was in a class by herself. It is not often that someone comes along who is a true friend and a good writer. Charlotte was both. It is the end of the chapter, and here I started to cry as possible. I started to generate tears inside of my eyes, and it was so cryable moment, so soulful, touching. And I want to say that this book will be really nice for adult, for children. If you want to recommend it to children, yes, it will be nice. Maybe if you are 8-9 years old, it will be a really nice start to read this book about death, about life, about circle of life. Yes, about that everything is temporary, everything can be ended, because even this girl Fern that we read from this book, even this girl, she was a good friend of animals, but in some day she decided to start new interests, and she invested less time in the speaking with these animals. And even if you feel right now that you like something, maybe after 5 years you will not feel the same. Yes, and our life is temporary, our interest temporary, and all what we can do, it is invest our time that we have right now to good things, to sharing kindness, to sharing love to people that are around us. I think that it is good moral of this storytelling, and lessons that I learned I will tell right now. First, it is need to share kindness, yes. Second, it is our life contains different people inside of inside of our life. We have many people different, and even bad people can sometimes teach you something good. Even bad example, sometimes it is good example, and even bad people can bring shyness in your life in some so darkable moment. but they also can kill you, like my neighbors almost did. And third, it is our life is spiral. It is like a circle, and some generations are repeatable, some things are repeatable, but every circle we have, yes, and the more you live, the bigger circle. And sometimes when you do these small things, sometimes things are repeatable, but in some moment life can end it, and you will not repeat this thing again. It means that live now, live today, and maybe you will not repeat these circumstances, you will not repeat this situation again. Live now, and always try to do new things, and always try to share the most value through all what you can do. Like I did right now, I decided not to create my storytelling like I did before. I created like a narration with some examples from my mind that appeared, and I think that was good. It was not like an ordinary storytelling. It was like with specific spicy, specific tasty, maybe specific not really tasty bitterness, and it was, I think it was good. Thanks so much for watching it. Thank you also for people who sent this to me. Thank you so much for Zach and for Jackie who sent it to me from your country called United States of America, and state is Kentucky. Thank you a lot, Kentucky McChicken. Yes, and it was so nice to read it, and thank you for sharing your children experience, JK. It is so nice because she shared this book and she wrote me a letter that it is one of the most favorite books of your childhood, and it is so nice. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night, have a good day, have a nice light, spotlight, moonlight and sunlight and different light of your heart. See ya in the next time. Share kindness. Bye bye.